Okay, now we want to write something in this onClick view, onClick method, some kind of code, which is going to correspond when we are going to click on fact button, on this fact button. And we basically want to change this text view to something to different, basically text, string text, okay? So what we want to do now is we want to get a string, we want to create a string object or string view, okay? So write in string, we can name this like test fact because it's going to be for testing purposes. Press equal sign and we want to write some fact, some different fact, and just write an engineer knows nothing, but only engineer knows this. I don't know what it means. I'm not an engineer. I don't know what it means. Okay, so now what we just created, a string text, and now and the next thing what we want to do is to assign this string variable, the string object, to our fact text view. So just write in fact tv, press dot, and we get a lot of different methods within this fact text view. We want to write like set text, press enter, and inside this we want to basically reference our test fact and just write test fact. And that's actually it. We just created just to rewind this a little bit, we created a string variable named test fact, and we just wrote a value of some kind of fact. We wrote this inside those parentheses or something without those, and yeah. Okay, so now we can try and run our application and see if we got any errors or everything is going to be fine. Okay, so press this green one with the green triangle at the top and see how it's going to work. Okay, so our application just ran, and if we press on I want more button, our fact just changed to an engineer knows nothing, but only engineer knows this. Okay, so I hope you understand it. You understand everything in this lecture. Just to rewind what we did in the previous and this lecture and what it basically all means, we created two variables for a text view and a button, which corresponds to our activity main.xml. In onCreate method, we want to reference those views using findViewById method and referencing them through resource file ID method and our fact text view ID, which was created by Android ID. And we did basically the same thing for fact button. We cast those two to button and text view, basically because this findViewById method is creating a generic view, and we don't want that. We want to be more specific. We needed to cast it to text view. After that, we created a set onClick listener. We created a listener, which basically means when we are going to press on fact button, we setting onClick listener with onClick listener view, and we created a onClick method in where we can write any action we want. We can change name of the button in here, we can change anything we want. But in our case, we just change string of the text label. And in the next lecture, I'm going to further improve our application.